to see if anyone pushes forward. WGS, somewhat uncharacteristically playing out the pistol round slowly.
I like this actually from WGS. I mean, especially on pistols, not just WGS, but oftentimes you'll see a stack and kind of try to get as much information. Now, MARU also playing very smartly. They basically leave B site open for Nocji. He hasn't revealed his shorty just yet, but if push comes to shove, he can rendezvous out and at least take control of elbow, meaning they have a chance at a retake on B.
I like that cheeky little swap. Clear the dog out there with the classic. Hide the shorty, but no one's going to be going his way. Luke now starting to push forward. Checks Cubby. Will get stunned up here as Chibop goes rushing forward. As the fast lane to try to make his exit. Still gets tagged down just a little bit more. I'm ready to go for the push, though. Falls right into his trap, and now the spike is straight behind Box.
And he wasn't hit by the paranoia either. I mean, Chibop, I love this. He hides with the fast lane, pretends that he's exited. Already on the flank.
Sylvan basically at one tap. Looks like some healing there from Godlike. Did decide to purchase that here. The pistol round. Sylvan clearing one out. Shots there, rather, from not finding too much. And Han gets on top of him. Finds 2 kills for himself, but now needs to get 2 more. Clears the Prowler. Picks up the spike, but doesn't have time to rotate in the Molotov. It's really just draining the clock down.
Yeah.
He's going to have to try to go for this, but now with just 25 HP and a dream. See if he can find any more kills. One in the head.
Oh, but
and there's the pullback. Yep. Zhonghai can just play this out patiently. He hides. The round is won by MARU, and Zhonghai will get the kill in the end.
And I like that from Zhonghai too. Instead of playing way too safe, he just makes sure that the time runs out, but he's still denying the plant afterwards to make sure the creds don't go over, which is huge. I mean, in the first 2 rounds, even if you lose, if you can get at least the plant down, everyone's kind of guaranteed an entire full buy in round 3. If you don't get the first 2, though, some people are going to be on those half armors.
Good timing. That fault line off right as the Lear was coming through. Chibop can just freely push past it. Holds that Cubby, buys a lot of time. Odd from Nocji. A little whiffy there when he was trying to pop the headhunter shots, but all the same, MARU do manage to get the round win.
Yeah, and a big reason that MARU was able to defend that so well was that WGS never actually took control of showers because of these smokes, right? So they basically were posturing for a push out, and then they had to force their way through a short, which obviously with one fault line, you can defend that very easily. Chiba getting a couple easy kills. Once again, solely leaving Nocji on B. If he gets 1 kill, great. If not, as long as he doesn't lose elbow after the rendezvous, it's still okay for the retake.
Bit of a different hold here, actually, just sitting in the windowsill.
I like this.
Okay, sees the heads now starting to push.
Yeah, if you don't get that first tag with a Spectre, a little rougher to hold that. But
Okay, Chibop's just sending it. Tries to throw out the stun. Relay bolt not going to connect. They manage to pull back around the link in time, and Moves is still here. Shuts down Luke. That's one of the sheriffs now on the floor. Shot on the corner, still been taking just a little bit of damage. Yeah, but Chibop is hunting from behind still. Rushing forward. Han opens it up, finds Moves. Chibop enters, gets Sylvan.
Will get the plant.
The truck. Okay. Bit of an off angle there for him to get the plant in, but the cleanup comes through. Nocji getting Han. Chibop finding 3. Now is just going to get the defuse, and that is going to be the ult online as MARU move up 2-0.
Wow, Chibop with a great start. And not so much just because he's Neon, but the positions he's holding and also the teamwork he's been having with moves. I mean, even there, as soon as Nocji gets contact, you saw the fault line come in, and then he relay bolts out just to make sure that he's winning those fights. And this is also just great movement overall from MARU Gaming, right? They push out to shut down the push on B, leave moves, and then funnel everyone back towards him onto A and get the flank.
Well, we'll see. Do we get the overdrive here in this round? You know, the WGS is going to be purchasing rifles, so could be a decent time to go ahead and pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to it, you know, if you can't win that first duel and you're waiting for the retake, or maybe you're on the flank, you can use that for the long-range battles. And, I mean, even if you don't win the round off of it, right, if you take away most of their rifles, it's well-invested ultimate here for Chibop.
For now, send the Trailblazer forward. Doesn't see anything, though.
Yeah.
It's cleared out.
Yeah, not getting exact information on how many members there are on Showers is a little rough because they don't really have any other utility to check B long, right? It's really just the Sky being played by Godlike. That's the only thing they have to really gain any specific information. They're investing it heavily into Showers for now, but I mean, you just keep getting tags, but you don't know who it is. You don't know how many people.
Well, now you start swinging. Relay bolt for relay bolt there. Han just holding back, does get stunned. They go ahead and they abandon pushing forward in Showers.
Yeah, but this, I mean, yeah, you can tell MARU gets the right read here off of those relay boats. You're like, okay, now they must be getting ready to push a short because we have no other signals over on the side of B, and they are correct.
They are. Fault line now coming through. Luke has to dip into the teleporter. Godlike stuck there. Yep, in the cubby. Ends up falling. There's the overdrive, but
okay.
I'm not going to get too much there. A little bit of damage on the I'm ready. Takes him low, forces the heal out. Sylvan trading back, finds Nakchi after they lose their Sage. Man advantage is going to be there for the side of WGS as with about 10 seconds to spare. They get the plant down.
All right, he's going to try to get control of Lance, but Luke is holding it, and that should be how this round ends. I mean, Junghai does have a judge.
Does. Spots one, takes Luke down to about half HP. He'll make his exit. He's trying to B-hop to pursue, but Sylvan says nope. Gets him with a nice little headshot there. 3 kills for Sylvan, as WGS will be able to pick up the bonus.
I love that Luke's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not fighting you here in Lambs when you have the judge. Just instantly gets out of there. I think if Chibab doesn't die right away there with the overdrive, they actually probably hold the site entirely, let alone take away a couple more rifles here away from WGS. It was a good start from MARU, right? They had the right read. I think simply Chibab maybe getting a little overexcited, could have left the smoke spam for someone else, or just spam it from long range instead of trying to dive right in there. Of course, the overdrive, you know, you do still have a good advantage in terms of your aim from long range. So that's unfortunate. You know, at the end of the day, sure, it was their bonus round. It's not that MARU lost anything. They just simply lost out on an opportunity to get even a greater advantage.
Well, now we'll see if MARU can slow the roll of WGS a bit with rifles of their own. Nakchi, of course, with the operator. He's quite far forward. It's sitting in the cubby right now on a short.
Yeah, the setup here is that they're going to invest everything they can in showers to win that. You got to rendezvous out there.
I was going to say, there's no way he can stick around.
Woo! I mean, he lasted a lot longer than I thought he would, in fact, but he does get out safely. And that gives them the information that they would want from WGS as well.
In the game of chicken, I think Nakchi would win, but pulls away. But now everybody getting shifted over here towards long. Wix is like, yep. Found him.
Yeah, he's going to need to back out. They can't try to fight this from too close. Just going to use that siege to keep them at bay. But they're already entering the site.
Oh my god, he's right in front of him. Junghai.
Junghai.
He's trying to play this out patiently, but he doesn't realize that Han is left out of that position.
I mean, it was the right call, though, but unfortunate that Han just jumps into the window at the perfect time.
Yeah, I mean, I love the patience there, the discipline, but unfortunately, he's not ready for the reposition. Misses the shots. Now they have to try to, I mean, they don't have to try to retake this, actually. It's 4 people, and one of your guys has an operator, so in all likelihood, this results in a save, but Wix is quite far forward, so getting him out going to be quite the rescue mission. You can see Nakchi not going to be offering too much support. He's worried about somebody flanking around from the back side.
Yeah.
Meantime, this is being watched by Godlike.
All right.
Flashing. Okay, yeah, there you go. Use that window of opportunity to make your exit. WGS will tie it up 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, MARU just making the cold, hard, factual play here of we need to save. I mean, yeah, you have your tour de force the next round, but the fact is you don't want to potentially give over that op, and also it's just a big investment, even if you do have the tour de force. So they're just going to go for that save, and maybe they'll be able to utilize the tour de force in a later round to kind of even up the economy should they need to.
The perfect celebration of a round when you shoot each other.
All clumped up in the TP.
Yep. We did it, yeah!
This was Junghai. I mean, in his brain, he thought he would get at least 2, if not 3, but unfortunately, Han just jumps in. Now, Junghai, even after he spams the smoke, he has the awareness to say, okay, I'm not getting anyone here, and he immediately tries to switch over to Godlike. Of course, he just isn't able to regain control of the Vandal spray there.
Knocks you this time. Swinging out, turns away, doesn't get flashed in, will get the shot onto Godlike, takes a little bit of damage, but...
Oh, that's huge though, right?
Too bad, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one initiator and the only one who can actually gain info directly in terms of trying to push through a site. So now WGS has to win duels if they want to get any control.
Oh, this time does connect Wix. He's not swinging it. If he had, he actually would have been able to get this kill.
Yeah, I think Shibab's scouting out and saying, okay, he's hiding. Oh, now they know he's on the other side. But this is really just acting to try to set this up for Wix.
But Han's not falling for it.
He's not, and everyone else is already in sight, so Shibab and Wix are actually stuck.
Well, the relay bolt stun down, and Han pushes it. He sussed it out. He's just So darn smart here. Clears out the showers.
Well aware from Han. And I think we see that so much now that if someone's spending that much time trying to bait you in,
yeah,
a lot of the pros are pretty used to it.
Seems too good to be true.
Oh.
And yeah, it's probably a scam.
Yeah, I mean, even after saving it the previous round, I think, you know, of course you have the tour de force the next round, but wanting to save it was probably the better idea in terms of trying to even out the economy. I think probably Nakchi's idea, he just tries to get one kill, rendezvous out. Unfortunately, he doesn't win that duel against Han, and WGS are starting to swing back.
There they are. This is going to be them taking the lead 3-2. Well, Zhonghai just picking up the Vandal that was dropped by Godlike, sitting outside the teleporter. He just wants to make sure that he keeps himself alive. There's nobody really nearby to be able to contest him. It's just the TP is going to be taken out, but they'll still stay sat in there, stay protected. And one Vandal going to be carried over here for the side of MARU Gaming. See what the rest of the buy looks like here, whether or not they have enough money. Actually, the Tour de Force is up, so...
Yeah, so they should be able to even out. But if they win here, it's kind of... They're pushed up against a wall here, right? Because if they lose, they continue the loss streak, and they'll still be able to bounce back every other round. But if they win here, they need to win 2 in a row. So if they're going to win, they need to make sure that they're not dropping their rifles. Because otherwise, the next round, it gets a little dicey in terms of armor and all the other creds.
Okay, well, after they lose the lead, that's going to be the the timeout called. Call out. Timed by, yeah. Words are getting a little jumbled up here today, it would seem. But timeout for MARU is the crux of what I'm getting at here.
Yeah, and I like it, right? You have some crucial ultimates on both sides. Obviously, you lost some momentum, so you try to break that flow against WGS, have everyone focus up again. The big thing is you have a tour de force to shut down one side of the map, and then you could even use the Rolling Thunder to play retake on another site, or, you know, if WGS wants to spend all their time as they uncharacteristically have been in the first couple rounds, you could even wait to just delay the plant. The only thing you really have to watch out for, I think, is Han's Overdrive. I mean, even the Seekers, most likely Godlike's going to use it right on an execute just to gain info of the number of people. So I don't think that's as big of a concern here for MARU Gaming.
Yeah. See, Nakchi just going to be grabbing a shorty yet again. Tour de force coming through. See if he can find some picks. I mean, it was a great early pick, as you mentioned, on the Godlike at the beginning of that last round. Take out that, you know, that scout for them. You don't get rid of those guiding lights, get rid of the flashes. Then it's just the Leers and the paranoia there from the side of WGS. So getting into the sites can be a bit more difficult, but Han just a little bit too smart.
That's the big one. Han spent so much time tying up people in showers, and that allowed the team to basically surround them. And then he sussed out the bait, and he gets the kill onto Wick. So
it's just the most like lackadaisical, just push around the corner, kill onto somebody who's been lurking for an age.
Yeah. I mean, Han knew exactly what was going on there. And then he gets the kill onto Nakchi, too. I mean, that was a great round for Han, both in terms of what he provided, the space he created, and then the kills he got.
Let's see if he can do it again. Overdrive still going to be held by him. Likely just wait until they're on a bit more of an eco round, if it comes down to that, before he uses it. Cheebop in the meantime looking to push the pace.
Oh, they're spent.
They get the stun on the loop, but it doesn't matter. Still manages to trade up one. Han now, though, taken down. Moves. Finding that elimination, seemingly through the smoke, I believe.
Yeah, and I like this. It's an aggressive Rolling Thunder to push out. We've been seeing this more often here in Korea, of teams just trying to make sure they actually win the round early on. The problem being, the spike's still planted. Now, they do have every entry point, so they know all 3 members are stuck in the site.
That's a hit.
Oh, gets a little scratch onto Godlike.
Pretty big one. Sylvan now shoved forward. He's down into the spawn. He finds Nakchi on the rotate. Punishes the tour de force, drop down here off the top of tube, moves, spotting one fault line, but doesn't want to go for it. Too risky perhaps for him as Godlike is around the corner. Now on a 1v1, can he clutch this out? He plays the ring around the Rosie. A bit faster than moves, it would seem. Godlike clutches it.
Oh, that is a massive round win for WGS and a huge loss for MARU. You invested the Rolling Thunder early, which the Rolling Thunder did its job, right? You got a couple of early kills. You made sure that even if the spike gets planted, everyone's stuck in the site. And then Nakchi dies to Sylvan, which allowed them to have an exit and try to regroup against this retake. That was brutal. That was brutal. I mean, for Nakchi, I think even just holding that angle and making sure they don't push too far out would have done the job. And then when it comes down to a 1v1, I mean, it's a 50-50 peak on either side. Oh, that hurts for MARU.
And no HP remaining either. That's one of those moments where if you're Godlike, you're like 30 HP, by the way. Drop that in the chat.
Knowing Godlike, he definitely did within the team.
Always the thing that just makes you angry in these sack shooters.
Yeah.
It's like, ha, survives with 1 HP.
Gotta rub it in where you can. Oh, and now I mean, economically, WGS, they're pretty much set for the half. They've got the overdrive, and push comes to shove. Luke has just a double swing out from WGS.
Actually not able to even get a shot off.
Yeah, and I think for MARU, I mean, this round, you're basically hoping that people kind of funnel into lamps more than anything. Otherwise, you're relying on your sheriffs. Unless it comes down to like a 2v1, we're most likely not seeing that orbital command. Or if WGS, for whatever reason, kind of get scared on their own 2 feet and don't push in, sure. Well,
right.
yeah, we're definitely not seeing it.
Calling the knife out. Just not prepared at all for this forward position. It's punished. Wicks is trying to make his way around the back, but now he's the last man standing. See if he can do anything to stop this from being a flawless, but it certainly has his work cut out for him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even just getting 1 kill would be monumental here. But WGS has every corner covered, and there's the swing.
Yep. Well, a flawless round from WGS as they take a 3-round lead. I mean, they drop the pistol, they lose the anti-eco round, but from now, since then, they've just gotten 5 consecutive.
Mm-hmm. And they've had the op, right, for 2 rounds. They bought it once and then saved it over to the next round, and they still couldn't get a round win, that says a lot when you're on defense. Now, granted, this is WGS's pick, but it is bind, and MARU started on defense, and they're not able to really gain any advantage. Even finishing 7-5 here would be the bare minimum for MARU to feel comfortable once they switch sides on the half. I got to give credit to Hot, though. He is seeming much calmer and much more methodical in all his pushes than we've ever seen him.
Yeah, he is playing this out quite wisely.
Oh, and WGS, you know what it is? They've really figured out that MARU has turned into the team that pushes out every round on defense, no matter the map. And so they're giving up their own style of aggression to wait for it. They have nothing to lose. They can still check whichever site they want to execute with the Sky. Next to stun.
Prowler moves out. Swing on the corner. Wicks will find I'm ready.
And he knows there's another, because we saw the Sky utility come out, but he killed the Sage. So Wicks correctly waiting to see if there's another push. Doesn't end up wasting his second Prowler, so that's good patience on his part as well.
Holds onto that. Spike now just going to be shipped all the way across. They'll go through Cave. They will maybe want to take this through Shower side. As Luke gets inched up. High now spotting him. Luke pulling back for the moment. Han again. Battling it out. Showers, and he comes up with the kill. She's the fast lane, gets the stun, dashing into the back, but a little bit too aggressive there, it would seem, from the side of Han after we see him some praises. Ends up falling to moves, but Luke is quick on the reply. Pusher in the back, it's actually Godlike who manages to snag that kill. The orbital strike is going to be used just to try to stop the plant. Yeah, they just shift off the side and say, okay, we'll just plant 3 feet to the left instead.
Oh, and Nakji not able to catch Luke in the corner. Oh my goodness. The thing is, MARU had the right read. They knew that after shoving them out of B long, not having that Sage anymore, that there was going to be a rotate, especially given that Sky committed no more utility to try to trade that kill out. So they send moves over, and then Wick starts rotating as well with the Nightfall, but it all starts with Han winning his duel again. He opens up Showers, and then even with the Nightfall, Luke confidently peeks out because he has that dismiss, and he's able to bait out yet another kill for Godlike. Just a huge site entry and execution here for WGS.
Yeah, Luke had the early spot. I mean, they already had a pretty good sense of where that last player was going to be coming from, but gets to see the gun, show a little wrist around the corner. Just catches him in the head after that. So back on the eco yet again here for the side of MARU Gaming. Cheap up with the Judge, going to be sitting in Showers. Han again, just playing this out patiently. Well around the back. Godlike already quite far forward. Prowler, stuck on the wall. Goes for the push in. Now will be blinded though. They finally managed to unleash that Prowler. And Wicks again manages to find I'm ready.
Yeah, Wicks having to spend basically all of his util. He still has the C's, but the Prowler's both being used after a bit of that mishap. And he gets 1 kill with the Sheriff. Now, for WGS, it seems that their default setup is always going to be to try to scout information, Shower, or be long, and if they get the kill, they push that site. If not, they're more than happy to rotate, because at the end of the day, you'll still have the numbers advantage as the attackers on any of these maps. And they know that MARU has now gotten so scared that they're always playing a 2-3 default as well.
Actually just staying sat in tube. Wicks there with the crossfire.
I mean, this you got to get the first kill. You're on your sheriffs, otherwise there's not really much of a chance. There's the haunt.
Han making his way forward. They spot Nakji. He's going to take the rendezvous out. Puts him into the back by Lab. Not connecting Wicks. Get a couple shots to the smoke. Spamming out. Okay, Han. Han! Watching the wrong man. Han!
Oh
just
my
dismantles the team. 4 kills in the blink of an eye.
What is going on? I mean, even Han's like, well, okay, hold on. This is not me. Like, that's insane. Han's been playing so well today. And sure, I mean, yeah, that round, they're on Eco. You know they're funneled in. He's got the Phantom. But all things aside, overall, not just that round, but this man is playing to his top potential today.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even just spamming through the smoke. They just all come in one by one.
Not. He just boom, 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 over and over again. And you know, thank you, observers. You may have missed it during the live moment, but of course we have all of the players' POVs recorded, so we can play them back at any given time. So there you go.
Oh, he sees them.
Bringing up supremacy. I'm ready. Not going to take a hit there.
Oh, man. This is a rough first half for MARU, and I think they feel that they've been read, which is why you saw that aggressive push out with the op. That allows Wicks to basically be planted a bit aggressively over on B-Long as well, and gives the comfort that they're going to focus on A. Now, they do have the Rolling Thunder, so I don't know if you have to push this out. Okay, Chiba wins the first duel.
Godlike. Should have an idea that Han is going to be in this position, especially now. Throws the relay bolt, so yeah, very well aware of it. Fastlane has come up. He's going to go ahead, throw his as well. In the meantime, it's been a bit of a brawl back over here by Short. Sylvan creeping the spike up towards the site.
Oh, I like this from WGS. So what they just did was Han draws him out into showers, and then because a short flank was walled off by Sage, Han safely sprints over, just covers for him as he gets one kill.
Okay, Wicks not going to be able to get that kill, but I honestly don't mind that he doesn't fire the gun at all. He's going to try to creep up, but Han is still just watching the position, and he snaps onto his head. Now it's all on Nakji, and with the operator, I mean, realistically, do you even go for this? It's round 10.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those rounds where the truth is you should save, but it feels so bad, and it is a 1v2. Nakji, I mean, if he has faith, but the thing is, they just don't have to fight him. Nope. Oh my god, Han's timings today, his aim when he's waiting, his aim when he's peeking, he is just in top form.
Yep.
And overall, I got to go back to the macro play they did there, right? They have a bit of a bloodbath in showers, and once the site gets shut down, Han spends the fast lane, he makes noise in showers, and he continues to make sure that they have to care about the potential Neon. And meanwhile, you have Sylvan recovering the spike, and Han joins him. So whether they go A or he teleports with his ultimate to B, Han's there to back him up immediately, and that's only because the Sage Wall was set up against the flank, so Han knew he could rotate safely with his teammate.
Flash going up through B-Long, not going to spot anything. Nakji playing close, pushes out with the Spectre, gets quite a bit of damage there onto Han, but moves as he tries to counter swing. He's not going to be able to find the elimination.
Oh, man.
Han, he's not ready for this one, though. He's been pretty good about checking his corners until this very moment.
Yeah.
Wall goes up, trying to get this res onto him. Now with attention drawn over towards Hookah. Luke applying pressure from the flank. They're just going to go ahead and res bait him, and the push comes in. They will get the elimination. They actually somehow managed to keep Han in the fight. It looked like he was surely going to fall after that res came in. Luke will finally fall, but at what cost? It's all on Nakji now as everybody else is TP'd back across the map, except for Han. Except for Han.
Gets another one off the res. And, I mean, Wicks is continuously trying to be setting up those prowlers for the close corner, but it's not going the way he wants, and then he's kind of stuck in no man's land. I mean, Han, you had that moment of humanity where you're kind of caught in your animation of charging up your lightning fingers with the overdrive. But the fact that he lives here, I think, shows that MARU they're panicking a bit. I mean, you see one too many people off of that fault line peak, and Nakji makes the correct choice, but unfortunate choice to rendezvous out, and they can't finish off the kill onto Han, and he just provides so much value. Wow. I mean, Han is just wrecking in this first half right now.
Yeah, and I mean, while I do still feel the need to criticize the map draft here for the side of MARU, leaving this map in, I don't think that they could have anticipated that WGS was going to look this clean.
Well, right. I mean, they're playing very differently than they usually do, and they're playing to match MARU. So while MARU was the one who thought, okay, we know how WGS plays, and this is how it often goes, right? You kind of leave the comfort pick open. We saw it at Masters, too. It's actually the team who usually doesn't play that map who ended up getting the win because they over-prepare. But this time, WGS actually trumps them one more and says, we know what you've been doing. We know your entire style has been revolving around pushing out with Chibob, even on defense. WGS just waits them out with these patient defaults.
Maybe WGS has done no preparation, Joe Brown. Maybe
Oh.
because if WGS doesn't know what they're doing and what they're going to do, then there's no way that MARU could know.
You are absolutely correct.
I think that's a bit more in line with the prep and the ethos of WGS as a team. Luke, though, quick peek and Nightfall now going to be coming out. Doesn't matter.
He's decayed and he still wins that with no audio. He's still pushing through.
Okay, and somehow he's still
He's
alive.
still alive.
He hasn't died. The Prowlers are going out. Decay is there. Godlike spotting one. Tries to throw the pop flash to say hit it, but they're running out of time now. Spike still needs to be planted with 10 seconds remaining. Sylvan trying to open things up. It's wicks and moves.
Yeah, iReady does have just enough time. Wait, he started it? No, he started it late, I think. Oh,
come on,
Decay. Wait.
Why did Moose
I don't know.
moves? Oh my! Because I'm pretty sure he was like 0.1 second too late. I was watching the clock, and it was really we wouldn't know until the plant finished. And Moose pushes out. He doesn't hear the plant sound either, so he knows it's not A site.
Oh no!
I mean,
no!
That is one of those. You can only explain it by the pressure and reverse adrenaline that Maru's feeling right now, because there was no logical reason to peek. And I don't mean to I mean, Moose has been playing quite well this stage, but that was one of those moments where he just kind of lost all focus, and he felt the pressure from the duels. And I mean, Sylvan's family happy today. They've had a rough week one of cheering for WGS and Sylvan, but today it's been looking good.
And it has been. I mean, Sylvan's been incredibly good. I'm just...
the
end of that round.
What really baffles me, what really frustrates me actually, isn't so much the peak, which was the wrong move, but I just really wanted to know if he had enough time or not.
I don't think he did.
Because I don't think he did either. That's why. I'm pretty sure it was like 0.1 or 0.01 seconds too late. Because the second marker turned to a 3 right before the meter popped up, as far as I could tell. I mean, but of course, the human eye only sees a 30 FPS, so what do I know, right?
I need the NFL, just slow-mo cam playback here.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like if he just hugs into that corner, he just wins the round, and we're looking at a 9-3.
I mean,
granted, I also don't think that with the form that we're seeing, 9-3 helps MARU much more than a 10-2.
Right. Overall, the story of the first half doesn't change, right? WGS played excellently.
10 consecutive rounds.
Yes. That's actually nuts.
They won the bonus and then didn't lose anything.
And here's the thing. These two teams, just in general... are we going to see it?
I think
we have to see a slow-mo.
Get rid of the replay.
Oh, yeah. Wait. No. Get rid of the replay.
I need to see the clock.
The shot wasn't the important part of that replay.
Streamer, show clock, please. I need to see the timer.
Well, one of these days we'll find out. Someone will get a clip and slow-mo it, I'm sure. But now with the side switch, I mean, MARU, they really got to focus up. And if they left this map open intentionally, you have to have a plan. Now, you chose defense first. Your plan didn't work. What do you have on attack?
Shots flying. Luke going to be taking quite a bit of damage there. If you can get a kill, obviously heal that up. Oh, Nakchi, hello.
Nakchi's been a little rough today.
Yeah, the reaction time's not quite there.
And here's the thing, like Nakchi's generally very good, but then like once every 2 weeks, he has these shaky moments where it takes so long for him to warm up, and if you don't go to a map 3, that really starts to bite MARU Gaming. And what I wanted... Okay, hold on, let's hold that thought, because this paranoia could be huge.
Could be.
All right, Chibob already through, though, safely.
Han just sprinting over to reinforce this A-site hold. I'm ready already to take it down, but Han arrives. He's in heaven. Sends Chibob there as well.
And this is one of the reasons why Han was highlighted last week and Play for Time, kind of our weekly highlights here, because his backup speed is so fast here on Vine.
I mean, That's just, I would say the beginning of the end, but I feel like the beginning of the end was a while ago.
It was round 3.
A pistol round victory here for the side of WGS, and I think with this kind of deficit that you find yourselves in, MARU, I think you maybe just have to force here.
You have to. I mean, 11-2, that's a scoreline where any team and every team should force, because otherwise you're playing for overtime, and then you need to win 10 rounds in a row for overtime. That's rough. And WGS surely well aware of this. Now, what I wanted to say was, if you're watching these teams for the first time, it may seem like, oh, it's just another stop. But honestly, in terms of overall potential and kind of skill level, individual reputation, these teams are relatively similar, which is why they were in the tiebreaker, which is why MARU actually won that one with a 3-2 scoreline. But right now, it doesn't look like it.
God, like just shoving forward. I mean, knows that one's in the corner, one's to wait that out a little bit, but ends up falling. I'm ready though, still good with 2 kills. On now teleporting across. Oh, sees Zhonghai with the Guardian.
Guardian.
The elimination.
Close range. And the other thing is I already made the right choice that he has the wall, so he wants to support his teammate, Luke. Now, unfortunately, he's not there in time, but he's still holding window on his own. Oh, they're going to group up to protect the spike. And,
yep.
WGS is
the
playing,
wall is still there, too.
They're playing so organized today.
It's...
I mean, this is great for WGS fans, but what happened?
I don't know. I don't have the answer, but I'm ready. Picks up 4. I mean, do we need to play this last round? Should we just end it a little bit earlier?
Yeah, I mean, it does not look very hopeful. The only thing you know for are, sheriff kills, really. Maybe one or two get a Spectre, but barely anyone got kills on MARU as well, so... Oh, man. But the call from Godlike to push out, I think, is correct. You suss out that there could be a force buy, so you want to make sure that you're not fighting a 5v2 or 5v3 on a site. So you try to pick one angle where you're going to have a bit of an even fight, and it's a good one.
Okay. All to play for here is there's the big TP. Flash comes up. Slaying out from G-Bop. Slaying out the relay bolts. Arrow little miss there from Sylvan. Manages to tuck away. Does not get stunned by it. Trying to swing the corner into showers with the Guardian this time. Does end up falling. Wix will scoop the weapon. Thank you for that. Tag damage now out on the G-Bop, on the Wix. They fall down below half HP, and G-Bop eventually does get taken out by Luke.
I mean, these Vandal buys as well. WGS just wants to shut this down right here, right now. No risks taken.
Ready though, still here with the Spectre, turns away from the Flash. In the meantime, Zhonghai and Nakji have both gone down. They move up. Oops, managed to outtrade that for just a moment, but yeah, I'm ready. He's looking to bring the res in, just put him back into the fight, but it is completely unnecessary. Not needed whatsoever. WGS lose 2 rounds and then do not drop anything.
Yeah.